Have you ever wondered why we can have 8 hours of peaceful sleep only to feel stressed and exhausted within just 8 short minutes of waking up? The moment our eyes open, before our bodies even have a chance to greet the new day, an invisible whirlwind descends. A flood of thoughts about the work that needs to be done, the emails that need answering, the invisible pressures of life. It all begins to churn endlessly, pulling us from the stillness of sleep and throwing us directly into the race of daily life. You are not alone in this silent battle. This isn't your fault. It's an unconscious habit, programmed into us by the digital age, a habit that steals our peace right at the threshold of a new day. But what if the secret to a peaceful day isn't found in adding a complicated 20-step morning routine? What if, instead, it lies in the things you bravely choose not to do? Ancient Buddhist wisdom teaches that true freedom comes from letting go. And today we will explore 8 sacred pauses, 8 things to release from your morning, to reclaim the stillness, clarity, and inner strength that have always been within you. Let's begin with the first key, the silent thief that steals our morning calm each and every day. Don't consume the world. Before greeting yourself, your mind upon waking is like a lake at dawn, still, clear, and perfectly reflecting the sky. Yet most of us choose to start our day by throwing not just one pebble, but a hailstorm of them from the digital world onto its surface. So the first sacred lesson and the most powerful act you can take for your own peace is this: don't consume the world before you've had a chance to greet yourself. Simply put, don't touch your phone. In meditation, Zen masters often speak of a state called the monkey mind, our mind restlessly leaping from one branch to another, like a wild monkey that never sits still. Your phone, with its endless notifications, is the most delicious food for that monkey. When you check your phone the moment you open your eyes, you immediately shift your brain from an intentional state to a reactive one. Instead of you deciding the energy of your day, you let emails, messages, and social media comparisons decide for you. This isn't just a feeling, it's chemistry. Your brain is flooded with the stress hormone cortisol, and you begin your day in a state of defense and anxiety. You've given away your most precious power, the right to start your day in stillness. Imagine that every morning you are an artist, and life hands you a pristine blank canvas. Your mind is clear, your heart is open. But instead of painting the first strokes yourself, you throw open the doors to thousands of strangers, each flinging a splash of paint onto your canvas, a splash of anxiety, a splash of envy, a splash of pressure. By the time you finally pick up your brush, the canvas is already a chaotic mess. This is exactly what we do when we hand our morning over to our phones. So, how do you reclaim your canvas? Let's start gently. First, practice the first hour rule. Commit to not touching your phone for the first hour after waking. If that's too much, start with just 15 minutes. The goal is to create a sacred space for yourself. Second, invest in an alarm clock. Separating the alarm function from your phone removes the most legitimate reason to pick it up first. And third, the most powerful step, leave your phone in another room while you sleep. Creating this physical distance will create a monumental mental shift, giving you back the power to own your morning cue. Don't carry yesterday's ghosts into a new sunrise. Your mind is a master time traveler. But its favorite destination, strangely enough, is always the past. What if that daily trip back in time is the very thing preventing you from truly arriving in the present moment? This is the second message for your soul. Don't carry the ghosts of yesterday into a brand new dawn. Allow yourself to begin again, not by ruminating on past mistakes, conflicts, or failures. The wisdom of the Buddha teaches us a profound truth about impermanence. Everything flows. Nothing lasts forever, neither joy nor sorrow. Yesterday, in essence, no longer exists. It's just an imprint, a memory stored in your mind. Chewing on the past whether sweet or bitter, is an act of resistance against the natural flow of reality, and that resistance, not the old event itself, is the true source of suffering and exhaustion. You are chaining yourself to a place that is already gone. Imagine that every morning, life hands you a clean white page, a chance to write a completely new story. But dwelling on the past is like insisting on writing today's story with the same pen that was smudged with yesterday's ink and tears. The words will bleed, the page will be stained, and the new day's story will never have a chance to shine. So, how do you put down the old pen and embrace the new page? Try the letting go breath ritual. The moment you notice your mind drifting to the past, just pause. Take a deep breath in, recognizing that this is a new day, a new moment. And as you exhale, imagine all the burdens and regrets of yesterday dissolving like a thin wisp of smoke. You can also whisper a simple affirmation to yourself. Yesterday is over. Today is a new beginning. This small act is a powerful declaration, helping you cut the invisible ties and return to the freedom of the present moment. Don't start your day in a chaotic space. After practicing letting go of the past, we often tend to move directly to organizing our minds. But wait. Take a look around you for a moment. Does your outer world right now reflect the inner peace you're searching for? The third piece of advice comes from a very practical wisdom. Don't start your new day in a chaotic space. The clarity of the soul needs to be nurtured by the clarity of its surroundings. In many Eastern spiritual traditions, there's a principle of mind and environment correspond. This means our inner world and our outer space are not two separate things. They are reflections, mirrors of each other. A cluttered room with things out of place unconsciously sends signals of chaos and incompletion to your mind. Your eyes see the mess, and your mind quietly feels a similar pressure and confusion. You cannot cultivate a garden of inner stillness if the outer land is full of weeds and stones. Think about it. Your bedroom is the first world you experience each day. If that world greets you with clutter, you carry that chaotic energy inside you when you walk out the door. Conversely, tidying your space isn't just manual labor. It's a form of active meditation. Every item you put back in its place is a thought you are reorganizing in your mind. Every bit of open space you create is an invitation for peace to enter. So what can we do to turn our space into an ally for peace? First, practice 5 minutes for stillness in the evening. Before bed, spend just 5 minutes tidying up the basics. This small act is a priceless gift you give to your future self the next morning. Second, turn making the bed into a ritual. Let this be the first conscious act you perform after getting up. Do it slowly, mindfully. Completing one small task with full attention creates positive momentum and a sense of order for the entire day ahead. 4. Don't speak before you listen. Once the outer space is clear, it's time to listen to the space within. Did you know that the first words you utter in a day carry the power of a spell that can create gratitude or a curse of dissatisfaction? Fourth lesson touches your own creative energy. Don't let complaints, whether spoken aloud or just echoing in your mind, be the first sound of the new day. Give yourself the gift of silence before you color a day that is still pure. In the Eightfold Path, the Buddha taught about right speech. This isn't just about being kind to others, but first and foremost about being kind to your own life, right from the very first moments. Words are not just sounds. They are a tangible form of energy. When you start your day with a complaint, "I'm so tired," "the weather is awful," or "I don't want to go to work," you are planting a seed of dissatisfaction in the garden of your consciousness. And the mind, a very diligent gardener, will then tend to look for more evidence to water and grow that plant of dissatisfaction throughout the day. Imagine your new day is a garden. Each complaint is like intentionally planting a weed. Why start a day by cultivating the very things you don't want to grow? That garden deserves to be sown with the seeds of gratitude and peace. So how do you change your morning spell? First, practice the subtle replacement. The moment you catch the first complaining thought, consciously replace it with a single, small piece of gratitude. Instead of, I have to get up, try thinking, thank you, for I am still breathing. This small shift has the power to change your entire day. Second, give yourself 10 minutes of stillness. Spend the first 10 minutes of the morning in absolute silence. No talking, no complaining. Just listen. Listen to your breath. Listen to the sounds of your home. Listen to the stillness within you. Let silence cleanse any intention to complain, before it can become a word. Don't cage your day before it breathes. We live in a culture that glorifies being busy. A day filled with detailed plans is seen as a productive and well-lived day. But have you ever felt that the tightest schedule is also the most fragile cage for your peace of mind? The fifth truth may go against much of what we've been taught. Don't rush to lock a new day in the cage of rigid plans before it even has a chance to breathe. Allow the day space to be itself instead of forcing it to follow a predefined script. Buddhist wisdom teaches us that the nature of all things is impermanence. Life is not a predictable straight line, but a river that is always flowing, always changing. Creating a hyper-detailed and rigid plan is a manifestation of clinging and the desire to control that river. We create an expectation that reality must conform to our will. And when reality doesn't follow the plan, an unexpected call, a sudden task, a feeling of fatigue, we feel stressed and disappointed. That suffering comes not from the event itself, but from the fact that our perfect plan was broken. A rigid plan is like a great oak tree. It looks impressive and sturdy, but when a storm hits, it's the most likely to break. A flexible intention, on the other hand, is like bamboo. It's pliable, it knows how to bend with the wind, and after the storm, it remains standing. In life, choose to be the bamboo, not the oak. So, how can you have direction for your day while maintaining freedom for your mind? First, replace a to-do list with an intention for the day. Instead of listing 20 small tasks, ask yourself, what energy do I want to cultivate today? Maybe it's patience, focus, or gratitude. This intention will become the guiding compass for all your actions. Second, apply the rule of 3, most important tasks. Identify only the 3 truly important tasks you need to accomplish. Focus on them and allow the rest of the day to unfold with flexibility. This gives you structure without taking away your freedom, a goal without the stress. Don't fuel your body. Mindlessly, your first meal or drink of the day is more than just fuel. It's the first act of nourishment, the first contract of care you make with your body after a long night. So, how are you signing that contract? And this is the 6th invitation on the journey of a conscious morning. Don't nourish your body mindlessly. Don't eat your breakfast or drink your coffee in a rush while your mind is already somewhere else. In the art of conscious living, there is a practice called mindfulness in eating. This is a wonderful opportunity to bring meditation into your life in the most practical way. When you eat mindlessly, your eyes glued to a screen, your ears listening to the news, you not only fail to fully taste your food, but you also send a message to your body. You are not important. You are not worthy of my full attention. This disconnection between mind and body is the root of much stress and illness. Nourishing your body mindfully is you saying to yourself, I am here, I value you, I am caring for you. You wouldn't try to read a book while listening to a story, would you? So why do we try to taste the richness of our meal while our mind is already in a business meeting or scrolling through worries on social media? Give each experience its own space. Your meal deserves your complete presence. So, how do you turn the first meal of the day into a sacred ritual? First, start with your glass of water. When you drink your first glass of water, drink it slowly, consciously. Feel the cool liquid entering, cleansing, and awakening your body. Second, take 5 minutes for your meal. Just 5 minutes. Sit at a table in silence. without screens or books. Just you and your food. Look at the colors, smell the aroma, and fully experience the taste. This small act doesn't take time away from you. On the contrary, it gives you back a profound connection to your own body. Don't forget that. This day is a miracle. We've walked through 7 pieces of advice to find peace in the morning. And now, it's time for the final message, the one that is the foundation for all the others. Ask yourself, how many mornings have you woken up in your life? 1,000? 10,000? And in all those times, how many have you truly felt as the impossible miracle, the priceless gift that it is? This final truth is the root of all the others. Never take for granted that you get to wake up one more time. Every single morning is a miraculous rebirth. In many monastic traditions, practitioners contemplate life and death. The purpose is not to become pessimistic or fearful. On the contrary, when we deeply realize that this life is finite, that nothing is guaranteed, then every moment we have suddenly becomes incredibly precious. Every breath becomes a miracle. Every dawn is an act of grace. To take our awakening for granted is to take for granted the greatest gift life has given. When you realize that, complaints dissolve, rushing stops, and gratitude rises naturally from the depths of your heart. Imagine that each morning is a silent love letter sent to you from the universe. Most of us, in our hurry, leave that letter unopened. Today, take a moment to read it. Feel its warmth through every ray of sunlight. Listen to its message. You are here. You are still alive. And that alone is more than enough. So, how do we truly open ourselves to receive this gift? First, practice the touch of gratitude. As soon as you open your eyes, before doing anything else, gently place your hand on your heart. Feel the beat of life vibrating in your chest, and whisper a single word. Thank you. Second, take 60 seconds of witnessing. Look out your window for just 1 minute. Don't analyze. Don't judge. Don't name things. Simply witness. Witness a cloud drifting, a leaf trembling in the wind, the sky shifting its colors. Allow yourself to dissolve into that moment, a silent witness to the greatest miracle of all, life itself. Peace. Weaving stillness into your day, and so we have walked together through 8 doorways into a morning of stillness. As you can see, finding peace isn't about adding new burdens or new tasks. It's an art of letting go. Letting go of the phone. Letting go of the past. Letting go of chaos. Letting go of even rigid plans. In doing so, you are not creating an empty space. You are creating a sacred space for peace to have room to enter. Your morning doesn't have to be a race against time. It can be a sanctuary, a safe haven for your soul before you face the world. It can be a slow, graceful dance with the present moment. Start tomorrow not by doing, but by being. And now, I have a question for you, and I invite you to answer with your whole heart in the comments below. What is the one thing you commit to? Letting go of tomorrow morning, writing it down is making a promise to yourself, and by sharing it, you might just inspire someone else who desperately needs to hear it. If this message touched your heart, please subscribe to continue with us on this journey of conscious living. Thank you for sharing your precious presence with me today. May your mornings always be spacious, and may your days always be filled with peace. I'll see you in the next video.